That's the most shocking way a sibling tried to ruin your proposal night? Rachel has always loved an audience. The night was humming, toasts clinked, someone strummed a guitar, kids chased each other under the table. I'd been telling the story of how Ethan had proposed, awkward, sweet, the whole thing, and guests were chuckling. He squeezed my hand beneath the table and mouthed, "You look beautiful." I could breathe. Rachel, of course, had to puncture it. She hovered when Ethan's sister raised a glass. "To the happy couple," she said loudly, tone syrupy. "Maya, you look nice. Good job snagging someone before 30. A few people laughed, uncomfortable. The comment landed like a splinter. I tried to ignore her. I'd learned long ago that arguing with Rachel was like playing chess with someone who keeps moving the pieces when you blink. But then she moved to center stage, metaphorically and literally, when she stood up with a glass in her hand, and the whole yard felt a shift. "You know what I just realized?" she called, voice bright as a bell. "We're all celebrating Maya and Ethan, which is great." Her eyes slid to me like a measuring stick. "But can we all agree on one thing? Maya's ring," she gestured with a theatrical flick toward my left hand, "is beautiful. Really beautiful. Shame someone like her doesn't deserve it." The joke dried immediately. A nervous laugh escaped from someone on the patio. Ethan's grip around my hand tightened until my knuckles hurt. My chest went ice cold. The ring glittered under the lanterns, ridiculous and holy at once. Rachel tilted her head, waiting for gasps, for the tiny ripple of scandal she loved. "You don't deserve that ring," she said again, sly and savage. "You've never had anything handed to you that you didn't mess up. Relationships, jobs, remember the internship you lost? The time you couldn't keep your apartment because you forgot to pay rent? I just can't believe Ethan settled. He could do better. It was meant to be a performance." "You're right about a few things," I said, voice calm and loud enough to carry. "I have made mistakes. I've had bad months. I've lost jobs and apartments. But here's the truth you don't get to spin. I also learned from every one of them." I lifted my hand so the ring caught the light. "This ring isn't an accident. Ethan didn't settle for me. He chose me after seeing me at my worst and my best. He chose me because he knows who I am. Flawed, stubborn, real." Rachel's mouth twitched. "Cute speech," she sneered. "But you don't fool anyone. You know what's pathetic, Rachel?" I said, and the words came clean and cold. "You keep trying to tear other people down because you're terrified someone will look and not like what they see. You spend so much time belittling people that you think it proves you're better." I looked at her hard. "But it only proves you're lonely and mean and jealous. And that's not a good look for someone who calls themselves a sister." A murmur went around the guests. Ethan stood beside me, his jaw tight. He didn't need my permission, but when he stepped forward and put a hand on my back, it felt like armor. "Maya's right," he said, voice low but steady. "I don't know what your problem is, Rachel, but I know what I see. I see someone I want to marry, someone honest, who apologizes when she's wrong, who shows up. That's infinitely more than I could say for people who talk and don't act." Rachel's face flushed with a mix of anger and embarrassment. She tried for a cutting comeback, but the words stalled. A few friends nodded, and one of Ethan's coworkers called out, "Yeah, Rachel, way to be classless." She grasped at a last act. "You always were his little charity case," she snapped, venom spilling. "People will pity you." That's all. Ethan laughed, short and disgusted. "Pity is not why I'm here. If you can't be happy for someone you call your sister, don't stand in our way. Either apologize or leave." The yard held its breath. Rachel's face crumpled. For the first time, I saw something like vulnerability under her arrogance. She stormed off, heels slapping the stone like a gavel. Her retreating words were sharp and small. "Fine. Enjoy your pity wedding." The gate thudded shut behind her.